Hi, my name is Quah and I'm the presenter of the team. Today, I'm going to show how to install and configure web server Apache. So the first step is on the left hand side, we have server. So we are going to install Apache by updating the local package, the index to reflect the latest upstream changes. So sudo apt update, enter. And then we need to install the Apache 2 package. Sudo apt install package. Enter. Next, we need to adjust the firewall. So to adjust the firewall, we would need to use the command sudo ufw allow www, because for the web server, the app list in the firewall is www. Next, we want to check our web server. So we would type sudo systemctl status apache 2. Enter. So right now we can see that it is running, active and running. And next, we would want to open the site to see if it really working. So we will open here. So we will type, so here. The reason why it shows this thing is because we have successfully configured the virtual host. But else, the normal way, you have the official Apache website on here. So it means that we have successfully installed. And next, we want to set up a virtual host. So to set up a virtual host, we need to have the command sudo mkdir -p www, and then uh, our domain, which is osclass.com, and then press enter. And the reason I don't press enter because it will cause redundancy, so I don't press enter. And then after you press enter, we will need to change the user environment variable for the ownership. So we do sudo ch own -r, and then student1, and then www, and then osclass.com, and then press enter. So this would change the ownership of the directory of the file. And then we will press sudo chmod to have read and execute permission to groups and others. So chmod -r 755 wah www osclass.com, enter. So this, then we will create a sample of index.html. So as you can see here, it is appearing this, and the reason because we have edited the index.html file. So we will use the command sudo nano wah www osclass.com/index.html, enter. So here you see the HTML file contents. Welcome to the osclass success.osclass.com virtual host is working. And next, we will close this file and Control O, enter, save, and close. And next, we would want to create a configuration for our virtual host file directive by using the command sudo nano /etc/apache2/sites -available /osclass.com.conf. So you need to add .conf behind the domain that you have created, osclass.com, and then you press enter. So here you need to input the command of this one: server admin webmaster at localhost, server name osclass, server alias www.osclass.com, document root, which is the file that we save this one, and then error log, where to save the log if there is any error, and custom log. So all this, and then we save it and close it. And next, we would want to enable the A2 and inside tool. So we will use sudo A2 inside, and then our domain osclass.com.conf. Enter. And then we will disable the default site defined in 000 default.conf sudo a2 d site a2 d site 000 default.conf. So this would disable the default website, the Apache 2 website, and then press enter. So it is already disabled. So, and then next we would use the configuration to test the error. So sudo apache 2 ctl config test. So it means that the syntax is okay. So next we want to restart sudo system ctl restart apache 2. Enter. So now we have done the installation and configuration for the web server Apache 2. So let's go to our domain 192.168.1.254. Enter. So here it means success. And another way for us to go to the website is using localhost. So both of these has shown we have success. And to really know that we can access through the client. So here right hand side we have the client, and I will try to access the web server through the client. So I will use the command 192.168.254. So it is success. How about localhost? Let's try. And here localhost is having the same, but for the domain, for the IP address 192.168.1254 is still the same. So it means that it is successful for the client to access to the server. So I think that's all for the installation and configuration for web server. Hi, my name is Quah. Today I'm going to present how to install and configure as FTP in Linux server. So the first thing is we need to ensure that OpenSSH packages are installed on our Linux system. So we will use the command dpkg -l grep ssh. So as you can see from here, there is 1111. All this means that it is already installed. And then we will want to create group and user. So we use the command sudo group add sftp group. Then enter. So it already existed because we have created the command the sftp group before. So sudo user add -g sftp group, and then -d /srb/sftp user -s/sbin/no login, and then sftp user in the present. So it will add the user, and next we want to change the password. So paswd sftp user, enter. So we need to have sudo for this one. So sudo psw abc123 abc123, enter. And next we want to set up a chroot directory. So for the user sftp user, the new home directory will be at the srb/sftp user, and we will need to execute the command mkdir -p/srb/sftp user. So for this one, I do not press enter because I've created the directory before. So if you haven't, you press enter. And then we will need to change the ownership for the user root using the following command: sudo chon root /srb/sftp user, and then press enter. And next we want to give the group permission to read and execute but not to write. Sudo chmod and then g+rx srv/sftp user, enter. And then we want to create a new data directory inside the srv sftp user and change the ownership of the data directory to the user sftp user. So we use mkdir -p /srv/sftp user/data, and I press enter. I have created this directory. So, and then we will change the ownership to sftp user /srv/sftp user/data, and I press enter. So it is not permitted because we need to create it in sudo. So use sudo. So now we have changed the ownership to sftp user for the directory data. And next we would want to enable sftp on SSH server. So we use sudo nano /etc/ssh/sshd_config, enter. So for the following are the configuration for SSH, and then we will close it with Control O to save, and then Control X. Next, restart the system, sudo systemctl restart SSHD, enter. So now we have restart. So now we will try to access the SFTP server. So SFTP user at 192.168.1.254, enter. And then input password. So it's being to access. How about remote access? SFTP user at 192.168.1.254, enter. Yes. ABC123. So here we can see this is server, the left hand side, right is client, and we are successfully connected to the server from the client. So I think that's all for the part for creating, installing, and configuring SFTP server. Hi, my name is Quah and I'm the presenter of the team. Today, I'm going to show how to install and configure MySQL in Linux Debian. So the first thing that we need to do is we would need to update the local package index, which is sudo apt update, enter. And next, we would want to install the GNU PG package. So sudo apt install GNU PG. Next, we would enter into the temporary directory, so cd/tmp, and then we would get from the official MySQL domain, which is wget https://dev.mysql.com/get/mysql -apt-config and underscore 0.8.22-1 underscore or.deb, enter. So ls, so here we can see we have downloaded. And then next, we would want to get into the installation. So sudo dpkg -i mysql -apt -config all, enter. So we go to all and press OK. And then we would use sudo apt update. Next, we would install MySQL with the command sudo apt install MySQL server. And next, we would want to know the status of MySQL, whether it is installed or no. So we use sudo systemctl status MySQL. So here you can see MySQL is active and running, which means that we have successfully installed MySQL. Next, we would want to secure our MySQL. So we use MySQL underscore secure installation. Enter. So enter the password for root. And next, we will being asked, would you like to validate the setup of validate password component? For me, I do not feel I would need, so it depends on your need. No. Change the password root? No. Remove anonymous? Yes. Disallow root login remotely? For some people, yes. For some people, no. For me, I press yes. No. I press no. Remove database server? Yes. Remove reload privilege table now? Yes. And then next, we would want to access to the MySQL in the server. So in server, we will use the command MySQL -u root -p. Enter. Enter our password. So we are now in our MySQL server. It means that we have successfully installed MySQL server. So to check whether if we can access through client, we can actually create a user. So we can create user with the name to, and also add, this is for the IP, so percent, and then identify by our password. And this is very important because this identifier would be required for us to access in the remote access. So if you don't remember this one, you won't be able to access in the remote server, in the client. So create user name to add percent identify by red hat 1 2 3 4 5 6. So press enter. So now we have created. So now let's try to access in the client. So for the client, it's very similar. Use MySQL -u. So in -u, instead of using root, we use the user that we have created here, name2. So use name2, and then -h for the host name. The host name is our 192.168.1.254, and lastly, we will use the -p for the password inquiry, and then press enter, and then input our password. Input password is input this one. So here we will write red hat at 1 2 3 4 5 6, enter. So now we have successfully entered into our MySQL through the client. So it means that our installation is successful through Linux daemon. So I think that's all for installation of MySQL.